This is proof that young women aren't being raised properly. Check this out for yourself.
Don't care what nobody say. I definitely agree when they said men who grew up watching their mothers struggle and have to work and pay bills and take care of the kids with no help. They definitely feel like the women that they get with should have to fend for themselves and go through that. All because that's what they grew up watching mommy do. That's because your mother didn't have a real man beside her that loved her, that wanted to protect and provide. That's why you seen your mama always all shooken up and working, and you know what I'm saying? That's not a soft life. You know what I'm saying? She didn't live, the life that she needed to live, and that's sad. And it's sad that you feel like you need to go out here and find a woman to work hard like your mama. We not your mama. We're gonna leave you.
And there goes the problems. Young women aren't being raised to be wives. They have this mindset that somehow life is about them just getting with a man and he's everything. If this is the mindset of the 20-year-olds, it's no wonder why we got so many problems. I mean, they lack the maturity. They lack the skills needed to understand men. And the only thing they see is a struggle life because of their upbringing. It's interesting how when you study the situation, it just proved that there's no hope, especially for a lot of you young guys. If this is what you got to deal with, y'all got a lot of problems because their mindset is not there. And KRS-One, he made this very clear by saying the girls look so good, but their brain is not ready. It's just not ready, guys. It's not. The way she thinks is going to cause her to never be able to settle down. And we're going to see a revolving door of the same nonsense. And it's sad because it's like you have all of these female creators that are all over social media. They're not guiding this woman. This woman is like 21, and this is her mentality. Let's roll the tape.
I don't care what nobody say. I definitely agree when they said men who grew up watching their mothers struggle.
Men who grew up watching their mothers struggle, not women. Of course, it can't be women that were raised watching their mothers struggle. Had to be men, right? Had to be.
And have to work and pay bills and take care of the kids with no help.
Well, if she have no help, then we got to also look at the fact that she made choices. But nobody's talking about those choices. Nobody's talking about the men that these women got with in their life, the choices they make to open their legs. We understand it takes two to tango. But with the way her mind is set, it's as if though a man is out here looking for a woman to struggle with or a woman to do everything. And where's these young women getting this mindset from? Because if this is the way they think, there's no hope. You understand? And you're wondering why a lot of these young ladies would more rather get with an older guy who's actually more established. They typically play with the younger guys, but they really get with the older guys who got things in order. But it's not really about getting things in order. It's about the mentality of the young women today. They're not being raised. They're not being taught about the dangers of life. They're not being taught about just the ins and out of dating and relationships. And this is more proof. And then when they end up 30, 35, 40, and they've been damaged by society, they be the first ones to talk about where are the good men when they had that opportunity when they were in their prime. And I've been teaching on this for many years, where we see these young ladies, they come up in the game, they're in their prime. They should be taught how to be wives, but it's just not there. They're focusing on looking for a man that got this and that. And they come on social media. I'm telling you, social media ruined the game, bro. It was not like this. Let's get back to the tapes.
I don't care what nobody say. I definitely agree when they said men who grew up watching their mothers struggle and have to work and pay bills and take care of the kids with no help, they definitely feel like the women that they get with should have to, like, fend for themselves and go through that.
So you're saying that because these guys, you assume, was raised in a household where their moms struggle, that they're looking for women who are going to fend for themselves. So you don't believe in taking care of yourself. So you blame men like they're supposed to just take care of you. You don't believe in paying your own bills. You don't believe in anything. See, young ladies like this, they don't even believe in working. They don't even believe in having a job. They don't believe in doing anything. For them, everything got to come free. See, when we were coming up in the game, we understood life. But for these youngins, it's like the basics of what adulting is all about for them is called struggling and suffering, where it really makes no sense, because that's how you actually learn how to cope with society.
All because that's what they grew up watching mommy do. That's because your mother didn't have a real man beside her that loved her, that wanted to protect and provide.
So a real man to love and provide, you blame the man for this. You don't consider the fact that these women make these choices to get with these guys that they have children with, knowing that these guys are not good. There's no way you could tell me that the men that got with these women were good men. But it seems like nobody talks about the choices that the women actually make. The men that they chose to have babies with were not suitable men to begin with. So these women are making these choices to get with these guys and put themselves in a position where they're struggling. They ain't have to have the kid. They could have just have no children, but they brought the child in the world. That's a decision her and the man made. Right or wrong. But that's not how they see it in today's day. And it's always the man who is at fault. She's not talking about young ladies that grow up in a household where their mom is struggling. She's saying men. It's interesting.
That's why you seen your mama always all shooken up and working, and you know what I'm saying? That's not a soft life.
So in her mind, a woman in today's day is not supposed to have that type of situation going on, when we live in a world today where women want to be independent. Women want to be independent. They want to do things by themselves. They talk about being independent. They talk about they don't need a man. I mean, we could go on and on with this case. You know, it seems as if though women want men to be traditional, but women don't want to fall into their traditional roles. And I think that that's problematic.
You know what I'm saying? That she didn't live, the life that she needed to live, and that's sad.
That's not sad. That's a choice that she made. How is it sad? It's like you're blaming the man that she got with for the way her life turned out. That's her choice. Just like when you ladies make the choice to be independent, you don't need a man, you could do bad by yourself, and then you end up struggling your whole life after you had all these kids out of wedlock with men that are no good, because you don't want a good man until you're 45, 50. That's a choice you made. But it's interesting with the ending part.
And it's sad that you feel like you need to go out here and find a woman to work hard like your mama. We not your mama. We're going to leave you.
Well, this is why you're not going to be in a successful relationship, because this is the mindset of today's modern woman. And she's 21. She's 21 and she's already talking about leaving a man. And this is why there's no incentive of a man making a woman a wife, because this is the mindset. So the question I have for you is, where are the women, especially influencers on social media, that are teaching these young women to be wives and teaching them how to get rid of this mindset that got them delusional. Where are those women? Because they're not on social media today. You understand? So this young lady is going to most likely go through life getting ran through, pumped, dumped, and guys are going to skeet in her one day, and she's going to get pregnant. She's going to get pregnant. It's going to be out of wedlock, and she's going to deal with the situations with raising children. She's going to become the very thing that she's speaking about. I've seen this revolving door happen so many times, and it's just sad because no one really cares about the situation. It's like when you talk about it, they just say, oh, you're bashing women. And we're wondering why we got all these problems. Anyway, y'all, leave your feedback. Let me know what you think of the video. I'm out of here. Peace.